If you're planning on making a trip to the Smoky Mountains this week, we hope you have an enjoyable one and shouldn't be a whole lot in your way that's out of the ordinary. You will find our usual construction projects. A lot of those are at night, though, on I-75 as you hit the 640 area. Also, anywhere between Jellicoe Mountain and the turnoff to either I-40 or 640, however you get to that beautiful exit 407 from that direction. Look for some slowdowns around the Tennessee-North Carolina border as well on I-40. And it's going to be busy in the national park because we have a lot of people there taking a look at the leaves and also just enjoying the national park. Newfound Gap Road, a bit busy. Also the road to Klingman's Dome. And of course we do have a trail closure at Trillium Gap that does cut off your access to Grotto Falls on Monday through Thursday. That is open on the weekend. Kira, Savannah, and Hannah are all having fun, and let's see what they're up to.
Hey guys, welcome back to Morning in the Mountains with Kira and Savannah. Today we're here at Sevier Air with Logan. Can you tell us a little bit about what is behind us right now?
Yes, so back here is our brand new Valo Jump game. It's an interactive trampoline game. And so with that, we have two of them. So you can get on the trampolines and Xbox Connect follows you and it puts you in the game. So you can verse your friends. We have 5 different games in there and they periodically add different games, the company does, that we can play in there. So every time they update, we get a new game and it's exciting to get one because nobody else has it yet, and so we'll update it. But like I said, you can verse each other, and so whoever wins, it puts you on a scoreboard. And you can actually send through your email a video of you playing in the game.
Oh, really?
So, and you can put it, you can put it on social media and stuff. And a lot of parents love doing that because their kids will be jumping and they can, video their kids doing it and put it on their Facebook and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is super cool. So is there anything else here that's new like
yes,
this?
So that's one of 3. So we have 3 things brand new. The first one is Valo Jump. Second one we have Dodge Attack. So it's you play in dodgeball and you hit a buzzer and there's targets up on the wall. And so you throw a dodgeball at it and it's team versus team. Whoever hits the most targets within 2 minutes wins the game.
Oh, cool.
And then the third one is Wipeout. And so on that, Wipeout arm spins around and it tries to knock you down, just like the TV show Wipeout. And so there's 4, so 4 people can do that at one time, and whoever's the last standing wins. So.
Awesome.
Wow. Yeah, well, let's go try this out, Savannah.
Let's try
Let's try it out.
Thank you, Logan, here at Sevier Air in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Now back to you guys.
It is Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Hi, Frank Murphy here this Wednesday morning with Robert Owenby, Jim Johnson, Brad Lovett, and we're ready to hear more great stories about what we're doing in and around the Smoky Mountains because the weekend is in sight. I know if you're planning a 3-day weekend to do some leaf looking or to see some other exciting adventures, you got to start thinking about what you're going to pack, what you're going to wear, what you're going to do, where you're going to get your discounted tickets. More on that coming up. Let's check in with Brad.
We have some little creatures to watch out for this week.
Yeah?
And Great Smoky Mountains National Park told us a couple weeks ago, and they're still telling us to be on the lookout for cow killer ants.
What?
I need the deep voice guy here again. Cow killer ants.
You wanted the scary voice? Cow killer ants. Or cow killer ants. Bah.
And I'm not going to even try to pronounce the official name of this
Halloween,
here.
coming to the Great Smoky Mountains, cow killer ants.
It's also called the red velvet ant.
Now that's nicer.
They're huge. They're like this big.
Everyone loves red velvet.
I know, but these ants
They're
scare
pretty.
you. They're like, what in the world? The things are massive.
So how do they kill a cow?
I'm not sure, but the insect is actually a type of parasoid wasp. It's really a wasp more than an ant. The female sting is said to be so painful it could kill a cow. We don't know it actually has ever killed a cow.
But it could.
It could.
If it got to a cow.
Yes, theoretically.
All right.
So watch your livestock.
Yeah.
Now,
And your family.
yes,
Most
really.
definitely.
Where do you see these? Have you seen one?
Oh yes, they're here in Tennessee.
Because you do a lot of
Yes.
camping.
Yes.
So what do you do when you see? Do you camp right on the ground or do you camp up higher? I mean, what's
Well, I camp in a camper. Yeah. I spent a year in the desert during Desert Storm.
Yeah. So you know how to camp.
Camping. I've done all my camping in tents that I'm ever going to do. I think I'm done with tent camping. I went with the camper,
All right.
and then I don't have to worry about bugs. It's sealed. I've got a sealed camper.
Yes. A bug-free zone.
Bug-free zone. No
And
bugs in
are
my
these
camper.
new? Are these an invasive species?
No,
Or
these have been
around?
around for quite a while. I've seen them quite often before. Usually when I I don't know why they're solitary. I see one.
Because they're
here,
wasps,
and they're-
really, not ants. They're not like
Right,
regular ants.
they're not like they may live in a colony, but they don't travel in the little ant trails, at least that I've ever seen.
Right,
Usually
yeah.
when I see one, it's a loner.
They look like little wind-up toys. They're so big.
Yes,
It's like,
the size of your little finger almost.
has somebody
I mean,
got a
they're
remote
huge.
control around here or something? They're massive.
This is something for me to Google.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
all right.
Cow killer ants.
Now, these female cow killer ants seek out the underground dwellings of other wasps, such as the eastern cicada killer. So we have the whole circle of life going on here.
Yeah.
And will lay her eggs on top of the developing host larvae. And the National Park wrote this in a Facebook post. Cow killer eggs will then hatch and feed on the larval cicada killers. And now, unlike the female cow killer ants, the males can fly, but they're not capable of stinging.
Okay.
So something to bear in mind.
Yeah.
Now, down in Georgia, they've got some very interesting animals there too. It's a northern snakehead. It was found on a pond on private property in Gwinnett County, and that's an invasive fish which can walk. We have
can
land
walk.
sharks now. We have land fish apparently.
This is like Darwin's evolutionary fish coming out of the lakes. But they
Yes.
want you to kill it on sight.
Lord.
Yes.
Was it was it any one of you guys, or was it another one of my Facebook friends who wrote that they're good eating? Because
Well, it's not me.
No.
one of my Facebook friends wrote, and they're delicious.
No, I would not. I don't think
I don't
I
think
would
I would
want
eat
to
that.
one.
That'd be like, is there a nuclear waste dump around here somewhere? And I'll be afraid they glow at night.
Straight from The Simpsons, coming to you.
Yes, that's exact. No.
What is it again? What's it called?
It's called it's the northern snakehead.
Northern snakehead
Right.
fish.
Okay. What I'd do if I saw a fish walking out of the water.
Maybe he came down the Appalachian Trail.
But this
As much as I don't like snakes, I've seen a
Gold star.
snakehead fish would be worse.
Robert gets points for the walking fish came down the Appalachian
Yeah.
Trail to
He's
invade,
walking,
invade
So we tie
Georgia.
it all
following the
together.
hikers.
Yeah,
2 stars this week. He's doing
that's
great.
very good.
But this snakehead fish can breathe air
Uh-huh.
and walk. And if you ever find one,
We should
it's
start a
not really
campaign and declare them endangered, just for fun.
Oh, boy.
Don't have legs, do they?
No,
No
they're an
feet and
invasive.
legs.
They're an invasive species. We can kill them on sight.
But
Yeah.
but should you be a fisher person and find one, you should take a picture, then kill it, then report it. I think
Take a
it's in that
picture of
order.
yourself, or take a picture of the.
On the
Take a
animal.
selfie.
How about you holding the snakehead?
Are they poisonous
I have no
or
idea.
what?
That I'm not sure.
I mean, seems awful horrible to just see because something looks different to smash it and kill it.
Well, it's invasive, so it must do something bad. It
has
must.
to.
It must
yes.
disrupt the ecosphere in that area. It must
That's what I've heard.
eat the
Just like
other.
feral hogs.
Yes.
Eat all the
Interesting.
feeder. What?
Like feral hogs, you know.
Yeah. They'll disrupt the food chain somehow.
Well, then you got to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
All
they
right.
got to go. But what we want to do is send you to some very nice attractions.
Right, and probably can find some fish at some of these places.
Yes.
That
You know.
don't have feet.
Regular fish. Maybe whether you're eating them or just looking at them. We probably have some fish stuff for you to check out. That's why you want to call our Mountain Fun Life Best Deals and say, hey, I'm interested in scary invasive things. What have you got? And we might send you to one of the haunted attractions. Or you might just want to have a laugh like we're having here on the show. We've got some great comedy tickets for you as well. Call 865-978-1152. 865-978-1152. We get them cheap and we're stacking them deep. No, we're stacking them deep and we're selling them cheap. Save passing the savings on to you. We'll be back with more of Morning in the Mountains coming right up. It's Brad Lovett, Jim Johnson, Robert Owenby. I'm Frank Murphy. Hang on. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Hi, Frank Murphy here. Today our guest is Matthew Cameron, or may I call you Matt Cameron? I've heard that you
Either
go
way.
by that.
Yep, either one's fine with me, sir.
With TWRA, which I know is the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency because it's right there in my cue card. I mean your arm. And you started in the field. You were literally in the field when you're out with TWRA. What was your first job with the agency?
I was the boating enforcement officer for Knox County. So Fort Loudon Lake, and we did get to spread out a little bit and get up north.
Wait,
on
are we
occasion,
talking
but
Vol Navy?
Vol Navy.
So wait, your first gig is trying to keep the Vol Navy from doing, what is it called, BUI?
Boating under the influence.
Is that a thing? Yeah.
It's a real thing. Yeah, it's similar to driving under the influence in a
Right.
vehicle. Only you're on the water, and the same law applies. You can't be operating a vessel under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
Absolutely. So for a rookie, they really threw you right in the deep end, so to speak.
They did, and I went to the University of Tennessee, so it was awesome for me to get to work right there on the Knoxville waterfront.
Yeah.
And police the Vol Navy, but over the years, the guys have been doing that since the early '80s at least.
Yeah.
So
they know what to do.
yeah, and the boaters pretty much know what's expected of them, so you
course.
didn't have a lot of problems down
All
there.
right. I remember back in Boomsday era, we had a lot of boats there on as well, and you had to be very careful and follow rules and regulations because there was literally fire dropping onto the water.
Yes, that was a busy weekend for officers around Knox County. You had Labor Day weekend boating traffic. You had the Vol Navy because you usually had a football game.
Yeah.
And had dove season opening up at the Forks of the River, so it was a very congested area on the Knoxville water.
So you also then touched on really one of the main ways that we would encounter TWRA is probably through different permits. For what? Do you need permits for boating, fishing, hunting, everything?
Yeah, in a roundabout way, all of the above. To operate a boat, your boat has to be registered. So
Okay.
we're looking for registration displayed on both sides of the bow of the vessel with a current sticker. And to operate a boat now, if you're born after January the 1st, 1989, you have to have a boating education certificate. So
Okay.
young boaters, I guess it'd be 30-year-olds?
Yeah, at
now,
this
which
point,
is,
yes, that's
not so
right.
young anymore.
Yeah.
But if you're born before that, you're grandfathered in.
Literally, because I'm...
Grandfather?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
All right. So then hunting licenses, you mentioned dove season starts, and then you've got all these different seasons throughout the course of the year. So please, is it duck season or rabbit season, or is it rabbit season, or is it duck season?
At the moment,
You sure?
deer season is in full swing right now, and it's,
Okay.
it's picking up as the weather cools. A lot of deer on the move this morning as I came into the studio.
Can you
So,
get the ones before they jump out on the interstate? Is that okay? Could you set up a row of hunters along I-40 to get the ones that are going to run out into
in
traffic?
front of vehicles? That is a problem, and I don't want to divert too much. But yeah, October, November, December are big months for vehicle versus deer collisions.
Well, what would you advise
be
us
aware.
then? All right, so I know my wife had hit a deer up in Virginia where there just seems like there's twice as many of them up there. I don't know why that is. But I think it's the hunting rules are different.
I don't know.
But here in Tennessee, we've got to watch out for them. I know many people who've wrecked a car because of deer. So if you're driving along, what do you do? How do you look for what time of day? What are the conditions?
In the fall is the breeding period for deer, known as the rut. So deer are going to be more active into this month, November into December primarily. So just be aware that deer are going to be on the move more for one thing. And then dawn and dusk are two of the biggest times that deer are going to move.
Okay.
And after dark, but primarily dawn and dusk. So just be watching on the roadsides, and you know how unpredictable they are. They could run up the side of the road, turn around, go the other way, or they could just come right out in front of you.
Are they running into the woods to get safety, or are they run? Doesn't matter. They don't care. They're just,
they're still on the move. The bucks will be pushing the does around, and
I
they
see.
lose their minds.
because their brains are about this. What? How big?
They're not very big, and they lose their minds this time you're chasing the women around.
Oh
so
my
they couldn't
goodness!
run right out.
Well, that is good advice. Now, speaking of the deer family, we've been hearing in the news about elk in the Great Smoky Mountains. TWRA was involved in the reintroduction of elk. I remember because I had just moved here and it was in the news, like, oh, they're bringing back the elk. I'm like, where had they been?
Yeah, where'd they go?
Where were they before?
Well, in 1865, records indicate that the last remaining wild elk in Tennessee was killed in O'Brien County, which is extreme west Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
So, I don't know if this is factual or not. When I talk to young folks, I talk about the American Civil War, and they didn't have drop shipments of food back then, so they probably killed a lot of game just to survive on back then. So 1865, of course, would have been the year that the war ended. So they may have killed the last few elk at the end of the Civil War. I don't know that to be a fact, but that just kind of lets you wrap your mind around how long they were gone.
Jump ahead to 2001, 2002?
Yeah, correct. Early 2000s.
And where'd you get the elk that you were reintroduced to the Smokies?
Came from Elk Island in Alberta, Canada, and the reason
that's a good place to look for elk.
Well, the reason we went there to get them were they are in a disease-free captive herd there, so we're bringing in a good, clean stock to begin with. We didn't want to bring any that were potentially diseased and start.
And they've obviously taken to the area.
They're doing pretty well. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've released 201 elk in about 19 or 20 years now, and we've probably got 400 or so on the ground.
Good,
So
all
they've
right.
doubled in size. We'd like to see more, but the habitat's not great for them where we're at.
Okay.
If you get up into Kentucky, and this all goes back to coal mining, but back then they would peel the top off the mountain and leave it, and they created a lot of prairie habitat up there in Kentucky. We got a little bit of that in Tennessee, but not nearly as much. Mostly like old strip pits and things. So the deer here are surviving kind of like they do. The elk here are surviving kind of like the deer do on acorns and browse more so than grazing, and they prefer to graze. They're more of a grazing type animal. So they're doing pretty well, and hopefully in the future that the herd will continue to grow.
Well, Matt Cameron with TWRA, I enjoyed talking to you. Hope you'll come back and visit with us again real soon, if that's
absolutely.
all right. You're watching
pleasure.
Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. I'm Frank Murphy. We'll be right back.
Want more Mountain Fun Life? We are now streaming through Roku. Roku is a device that enables you to stream entertainment to your TV through your internet provider. The starting price is only $29, and you can purchase one either online or through your local electronics retailer. It's easy to use, and you won't have to worry about missing any more Mountain Fun Life episodes. Mountain Fun Life, guiding your adventure.
We hope you're enjoying your time in the Great Smoky Mountains, and we're having weather, of course, and that's going to be a bit on the cool side, but pretty seasonal right now. We had that hot weather in the first part of the month that seemed to last quite a while, but right now it's been pretty pleasant the last couple of weeks, and temperatures right around 70 today, and we're going to have a chance of a shower or two. Not necessarily significant rain, but we can always hope for that because it is needed around here, and hopefully to take care of some of the burn ban type conditions we've had around here for a while. Our low tonight should be pretty pleasant, around the upper 40s, maybe the low 50s. And remember, in the higher elevations, it's going to be a bit cooler both in the day and nighttime. So be sure you plan for that as you're packing for your trip. That's a look at the forecast. More of the show on the way. I'm Brad Lovett. This is Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel.
How do we turn moments into memories? Those moments where the right people are right beside you. And the anticipation of reaching the top makes you feel like a kid again. Where the only arguments are who goes first. And trying something new never gets old. Visit us at Anakeesta, where there's magic in the mountains.
You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Live channel. Brad Lovett is here, Jim Johnson's here, Robert Owenby is here. And during the break, we're still talking about walking fish. Imagine if you had a pet. Imagine if you had a pet like that. You'd have to take it out for a walk every night.
Leash.
On a leash.
Wonder how long they can walk on the land before they have to get wet, because they probably dry out, I would think. I don't know. I mean, I need to find out.
When you talk to scientists.
Yes.
An ichthyologist.
Who do we know?
Do you know any
A little research.
We've got to call in. Hello, if you are an ichthyologist and you're watching Morning in the Mountains, please contact us immediately.
And tell us about these walking
That's one of my favorite
fish.
One of my favorite words. Ichthyologist.
Ichthyologist.
Anyone?
It's a good word.
All right.
I like it. It's a
Moving
good
on.
word.
So you do have that story in the news, right?
We do have that in the news, yes. Just a few creatures to sort of watch out for
Uh-huh.
when you're in the area, or if you're in Georgia. Hopefully these walking fish don't quite walk up here, but you never know.
You know, we've gotten other things like armadillos have been working their way north to Tennessee. So these walking fish could work their way. We got to watch out.
Listen, Tennessee's the place to be.
Everybody loves Tennessee.
That's right.
They're all on the way here.
We have the Tennessee walking horse. Why not have a walking fish?
And we have elk walking around too.
Oh, yeah.
Some pretty good size.
Yeah.
Oh, they're huge, and they will just stand in the middle of the road. They do not care about your car.
Maybe this fish could be a mascot for a football team.
The walking fish?
The walking fish.
You know what they film in Georgia? The Walking Dead. I'm just saying.
Oh.
It could be a
zombie.
Nesolana.
It says zombie fish.
A zombie fish.
That might be where they came from.
And it's almost Halloween.
I know.
That's a good point.
Well
I hadn't thought of that.
But you were starting to talk about other animals. Did you mention elk?
We'll mention elk, yes, because they're walking. They used to be pretty much, since being reintroduced, confined to the Cataloochee area, but They've been walking around even as close as Cades Cove. Now, I did not see one when I was there a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Finally saw a bear, but did not see an
But
elk.
now that these elk have been reintroduced, they act like they own the place.
Yeah, really.
Very huge. I think one said it was like a little over 500 pounds. That's pretty big. Pretty big for an elk. That's
So you
huge.
want to stay
They get
away.
to a good size.
Did I read that they were charging a car?
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard that.
Yes.
I don't mean like they've got a Prius and it needs to be plugged in or whatever,
The
a Tesla.
Visa.
I'm not talking about that kind of charging a car. I'm talking about they see the car as another bull, elk, or whatever. They see it as a threat. It's in the road. It's in their way, and they want to like, "Arr." That
Yeah,
kind of charge.
Yes.
I've seen a stock photo from time to time around where there's an elk kind of putting its head sort of into a window, just like he was the tour guide, you know?
Oh.
Like,
Park's closed, sir. Elk out front are telling you.
They are beautiful. They are
Yes.
absolutely beautiful animals.
I
but
agree.
from a distance, it's like the bears.
Yeah.
And they taste good.
Oh yeah. I
But
think
only
you know
during
what?
elk season.
I actually believe I did eat some elk at Lonesome Dove restaurant downtown
very good.
Knoxville. Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
good.
so
Very
it's just a larger type of the deer.
Yeah.
It's of the deer family.
That was kind of a runoff of the fish,
Yeah.
the elk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
anyway,
they have their own lodge on.
Yes, they do.
It's over next to Pilot on Lonis Drive. But
he's
go
probably
ahead.
walking down the Appalachian Trail to get to the elk club.
I can tell you stories about doing comedy at the Elks Lodge that'll curl your toes. It's just those people are wild. But moving on.
Alrighty. We've got some things going on this weekend. We've got the Chocolate Wine Trail. That's going to be coming up on Saturday.
Chocolate wine.
That's it's called the Chocolate Wine Trail.
Okay.
You
I
ever had chocolate wine? It's really good. Tastes like chocolate.
now they
Oh,
say
that's
that
great.
Halloween shouldn't only
It's
mean
true.
candy for the kids. You can enjoy a glass of wine paired with handcrafted desserts. So that's why it's called the Chocolate Wine Trail.
Oh, it's regular wine, regular chocolate,
Right.
eaten back to back. Chocolate wine, chocolate wine, chocolate wine. Okay.
Well, they do
There you
have
go.
chocolate wine.
Really?
Flavor.
Yes, chocolate
Yes.
wine flavor. It's
I've
really
heard of
good.
I've heard of chocolate liqueur.
No, chocolate wine. Look it up.
Well, you're thinking of the moonshine.
Now, they'll be at 3 locations. One will be the Mountain Valley Winery, Hillside Winery, and Sugarland Cellars Winery.
Okay.
And you can take home a commemorative taster glass as well. So that's going
Nice.
to be coming up very soon.
All right. Well, very good stuff. Always good things happening in and around the Smoky Mountains, whether it's special seasonal stuff, which is why, of course, you want to watch us each weekday on Morning in the Mountains. See what's coming up as you plan your 3-day weekend with us this last weekend before Halloween, right around the corner. And we can save you money on all sorts of great stuff. In fact, call today, and these tickets will be ready for you to pick up right away. So as soon as you get to Pigeon Forge on Friday, swing by our offices and get these discounted tickets to all sorts of wonderful things. Call 865-978-1152. 865-978-1152. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Frank Murphy here with Robert Owenby, Jim Johnson, and Brad Lovett. More on the way. Thank you for watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel, Facebook, YouTube, Roku, and you can catch those past episodes as well. I'm Frank Murphy, joined by Jim Johnson and Rich Haley to talk about sports in and around Sevier County and the Smokies.
It's a good day for sports, Rich, isn't it?
It's always a good day for Sports Wednesday.
Sports Wednesday.
Yes.
So we don't have any local rivals.
This is the day where you say, "That's my question. I'll hang up and listen."
Yeah.
Thank you, Coach. I'll hang up and listen.
So Wednesday, when you're playing football, this is the last real full day of hard practice. And then on Thursday, now you're going into walkthroughs and you're preparing your game plan. You don't want to get anybody hurt, getting everybody ready for the game on Friday.
So
Lots
pads,
of stretching.
Yes.
pads today, no pads tomorrow.
Pads today, probably no pads tomorrow.
Interesting.
So
All
they'll
right.
do some walkthroughs, maybe helmet and shoulder pads just to get used to that.
When you are on the high school level, how complex are the plays, the game plans, relative to college, relative to pro?
Okay, I'm going to start with the little league and work my way up.
Fair
on that
enough.
one. So when you got the youth league, it's almost. Do you remember the little vibrating football games that we all had? As a
I
kid?
had that.
And you set the players up,
Yep.
and you turn it on, and then you go everywhere. That's little league football. The coaches line the kids up, and then they just turn it on, and they, hopefully there's no butterfly across the field or anything like that.
Yeah.
So there
distraction.
is some strategy.
Yeah.
Then you move up into the middle school and the high school level, and now's where you start putting in strategies, offensive and defensive, and you start learning the actual techniques. When you get into high school, you should have a good grounding in the technique, but they're still going to do a lot of drills on that, but it's more about the plays and the offensive and defensive systems. Then when you get into college, it's a quantum leap.
Oh.
When you're in college and you're playing football, instead of see that guy in front of you, hit him, the instructions become, all right, if this guy's lined up over here and the cornerback is over there, then instead of hitting this guy, you're going to pull over and hit that guy. You're going to slide into his slot. Unless our wide receiver's over here on this play, and then you're going to do something completely different.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everybody is reading all the time. So to figure it out. So when you see a play that goes completely and utterly wrong, you can usually find one guy who went left instead of right.
Wow.
It's amazing. I just came back from a little conference and got to meet Vince Papali.
Oh, man.
And he talked about you have to read their knuckles. He says you have to read their knuckles. So when you're looking, you got to read their knuckles because their knuckles will give them away as to what's going to go where.
Right.
And he made that a real big part of his talk.
Yeah.
What a great guy. God, made me love football that much more.
What a cool story, too.
It is
for him.
He talked about the whole thing, but it was pretty interesting.
And as the plays get more complicated, the number of players reduces.
Yes.
So you're skimming off the cream of the crop of high school to go to college, the cream of the crop of college to go to the pros.
Right.
So these are the guys who are better at dealing with the complex.
And what I like to talk to the kids about at the grade school level is dream of the NFL, but plan for something else.
Oh yeah.
Because even when you get the cream of the college crop going into the NFL, how many of them fail and wind up? They have 1 or 2 years of a career, then they're done. So it's only the very best of the best that are going to be able to make a career out of football.
Yeah.
The rest of them become sportscasters.
Oh, all right. So that describes you.
Yes.
And you.
Yes. I played 2 years of Little League football.
I played none.
Yeah, they invented new strings for me. That's how good I was.
That was fun.
First string, second string.
Haley string.
You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. We're talking about sports with Rich Haley and Jim Johnson. I'm Frank Murphy. We'll be back with more coming right up. Thank you for watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel and for liking and sharing us with all your friends. We're getting so many more likes on Facebook thanks to folks like you. Hope you're enjoying the program. Got to welcome all of our new viewers this week. For Robert Owenby, for Jim Johnson, for Brad Lovett, thanks again for watching, sharing, and liking on Facebook, YouTube, and Roku. I'm Frank Murphy. We'll be back tomorrow with more of Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Talk to you then.